You were never meant to eat all the time. That feeling in your stomach, the craving, the boredom, the midnight hunger. Ancient humans would not recognize it. Because for most of human history, food was uncertain, not scheduled, not delivered, not waiting behind glass doors under white supermarket lights. Sometimes people ate a lot. Sometimes they ate nothing. And strangely, their bodies understood that world better than ours. We imagine ancient humans sitting around giant fires, tearing into endless meat, or living on berries and roots like some peaceful fantasy. But the truth is harder to picture. Because ancient diets were not diets. They were survival. And survival has no balance, no meal plan, no nutrition label, only hunger. And hunger changes people. It sharpens the senses. It slows time. It turns the entire world into a question. Can this be eaten? Can this keep me alive one more day? For millions of years, that question shaped the human brain, long before cities, before money, before agriculture, before breakfast. Ancient humans woke up not knowing if they would eat that day. Imagine that for a moment. No fridge, no grocery store, no guarantee, just movement, searching, trekking, waiting. And when food finally appeared, they consumed everything they could. Not because they lacked discipline, because the body remembers famine longer than abundance. Even today, you can still feel it. Why do people keep eating when they are full? Why does sugar feel impossible to resist? Why does food calm anxiety for a moment, then leave emptiness behind? Because deep inside the modern body lives an ancient human terrified of starvation. A human who evolved in a world where food disappeared without warning. And that changes everything. Most ancient humans were hunter-gatherers, which sounds simple, almost romantic. But it was brutal. Some days they found fruit. Other days, nothing. Some hunts lasted hours. Others lasted weeks. One failed chase could mean exhaustion. Several failures could mean death. So humans learned to eat widely. Animals, fish, shellfish, eggs, tubers, seeds, leaves, honey, even insects. If it contained energy, it mattered. There was no universal human diet. People near oceans ate differently from people in deserts. People in forests survived differently from people in frozen lands. Human beings adapted to almost everywhere on Earth. That was our real superpower. Not strength, not speed. Flexibility. Ancient humans were nutritional opportunists, and maybe that is why modern people feel so confused. Today, everyone wants the perfect diet. One answer, one rule, one enemy. Carbs are bad. Fat is bad. Meat is bad. Plants are bad. Everyone argues like survival depends on being right. But ancient humans survived because they adapted. They did not worship food identities. They ate what the world gave them. And the world was often cruel. Sometimes an entire group would spend days chasing one animal, not because meat was common, because it was precious. A successful hunt could feed many people at once. Bones were cracked open for marrow. Organs were eaten immediately. Fat was treasured. Nothing was wasted. Not because it was trendy, because wasting food was unthinkable. And then there was hunger, the part nobody likes to imagine. Children sleeping without food. Mothers giving away their share. People walking for miles with empty stomachs. For ancient humans, hunger was not failure. It was normal. That may be the biggest difference between their world and ours. Today, discomfort feels unnatural. The moment we feel hungry, we panic slightly. We snack, scroll, distract ourselves. Modern life trains people to avoid every small discomfort immediately. But ancient life was built from discomfort. Cold nights, long walks, uncertainty, pain, waiting, and maybe the human body still expects some of it. Maybe that constant restlessness people feel today comes from living too far away from the conditions that shaped us. Because the ancient world demanded presence. You had to notice sounds in the bushes, weather changes, animal tracks, the smell of water. Attention meant survival. Now attention is harvested by glowing screens, and food became entertainment. Bright colors, perfect packaging, artificial flavors designed by laboratories. Ancient humans chased calories. Modern calories chase humans. That is the turning point nobody talks about. The problem is no longer scarcity. It is abundance without limits. For the first time in history, human biology is surrounded by more food than it can psychologically handle, and the body still behaves like famine could return tomorrow. So people keep consuming. Not just food, content, noise, validation, products. Because the ancient survival instinct never disappeared, it simply found new things to eat. Everyone is full, yet nobody feels satisfied, and maybe food was never only about food. Think about ancient humans sitting around a fire after a hunt, exhausted, cold, relieved to still be alive. Food was connection. Stories were shared beside it. Warnings, memories, laughter, grief. Eating meant belonging to the group. To eat alone for too long in the ancient world could mean death. Now millions of people eat while staring at screens, fast, distracted, emotionally elsewhere, more flavors than ever before, less meaning attached to them. Everyone is connected, yet nobody feels close, and maybe that explains something deeper. Why comfort food exists, why family recipes feel emotional, why certain smells can bring back entire memories. Because food is tied to survival, and survival is tied to love. Ancient humans did not count calories. They counted on each other. That is what kept people alive the longest. Not perfect nutrition, connection. And maybe the real question is not, what did ancient humans eat? Maybe the real question is,